What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Steals Forever with Gamers That Play Games, and I'm back back in the building. That's right, your boy Steals Forever is back in the building, hitting you guys up on my afterthoughts of the Microsoft E3 conference. E3 2014 Microsoft conference. Just had the pleasure of checking it out. Watched the whole thing from the beginning to the end, and just hitting you guys with what I thought about the conference. Overall, I think the conference was very, very rock solid. One of the things I want to get out, out front, that I love the way Microsoft just showed basically the whole conference. Great games all the way through. They didn't do any apps, any televisions. I definitely have to commend it from that, because that's just having that many games to definitely show for that long period of time is very, very impressive. They showed a total around about 20 games. I think about half of them was exclusives, and the other half were just like multiplats and a correlation to indie games too. They showed like a brief indie section. So basically what I'm going to do is just run down of some of the games they showed, the majority of the games they showed, and just kind of give you a brief what I thought. First of all, the first game they showed was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. From what I can see, looks pretty interesting. Love the graphic direction. It kind of looks like a mixture between Titanfall and Call of Duty, Ghost Recon, Halo, which is not a bad thing. They definitely need to do something different with the franchise and rehash it to make it, feel brand new, or at least newer than what it has been feeling over the last couple of years. So definitely it piqued my interest, and that's saying a lot, because before me watching the trailer and the presentation, I really didn't have any interest in the game. So for me going from not interested into being interested, definitely thumbs up on that, because definitely what they would want to have done to gamers that was feeling the same way as I was feeling. The next game was Forza Horizon. Never really been a big Forza Horizon fan, but Forza Horizon really looked really good. It's more arcadey than Forza 5, the normal Forza series, which is more of a simulator. So it looks good. I liked the idea that they had the weather, and they had a day and night cycle. I thought that was very cool when a game could actually have a day and night cycle, so you can actually see the sun go up and sun come down, during the actual gameplay. It looks good. It's completely open world, the Gravatar, so the online and the actual normal single player is merged together. So that looked pretty good as a trailer. The next game that I'm naming really stood out was Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive really stood out. Haven't really seen anything typically like that, maybe at all. Very cartoonish, but very sandbox-ish. But it looked good. It really looked good. I like how you could just navigate through the whole board, kind of like BioShock Infinite style, with the hook and everything, and shoot. And I liked the actual gun designs. Like, it wasn't serious, wasn't taking itself serious. It was just kind of having fun, and definitely a game I would be looking forward to if I had an Xbox One. Definitely a game that would actually influence me of buying an Xbox One. Sunset Overdrive looks good. Now the next game is a multiplat, but I was just telling my friend a couple days ago that I thought Ubisoft may have the strongest showing of all of E3, and when they showed Assassin's Creed Unity, like hands down, that game looks phenomenal. I thought Black Flags actually looked very nice on the PS4 and the Xbox One PC last year, and this game just basically graphic-wise just blew it out the window. And basically on top of that, now you got 4-player co-op. Now that's awesome if you're thinking about an Assassin's Creed game, where now instead of just having random NPCs that are assassins, like you and your buddies can actually do these missions. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do the whole storyline, or just gonna be contained to just being a separate game mode itself. I'm hoping it's actually in the storyline. If it could be actually in the storyline, that'd be phenomenal. That game looks phenomenal. Definitely a day one pickup for me. The next game they showed was another multiplat from EA, Dragon Age 3, The Inquisition. Looks great. Definitely looking forward to seeing more of this game and Assassin's Creed Unity in a couple minutes. From Ubisoft, and Dragon Age will be at EA, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more, to see what more gameplay that Dragon Age has to show. Project Sparse, it looks interesting, and they showed it last year at E3. It looked interesting then. You know, just the idea of you being able to have a program on your Xbox One and I think PC as well, but where you can design games, and they're actually said that, you know, you're gonna be able to take some of these games and get them approved and actually put them back in the Xbox Live, where you can actually sell them, or you can just give them away for free. And I think that's very, very unique and very kind of like groundbreaking. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's very groundbreaking. I can't really say how I feel about it, because in theory, it's just more of a game making device or a program on the Xbox One, but just to have something that's like that, and it's cool that you can actually use it on the PC. So you might be able to get a little more technical with it, with the keyboard and mouse and stuff, by using it on the PC. And hopefully they have a way that you can export it back and forth, like crossplay with both the PC and the Xbox One. That looks very interesting. Like I said, very interesting. The Dead Rising DLC, it looked pretty cool. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it looked fun. I like how the fact that Capcom was making fun of itself, like giving it a very long title like Street Fighter, you know, Ultra, Super, Limited Edition, all that. That looked pretty cool. Fable Legends looks pretty interesting. Looks goofy. You know, Fable has never taken itself seriously, but just the reality, it feels like an MMO now. You can play with your friends. I always thought that the original Fables kind of felt empty to me, like they need to have more going on. And now that you can actually have your friends playing co-op with you, that seems pretty cool. The next game they showed was like an indie game, it's Ori, something like that. In the Blind Forest, looks pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Child of Light a little bit. Very elegant, very nice art direction. You know, love that type of art direction. It looks pretty interesting. Didn't really show enough of the story or the gameplay for me to get a really good feel of what the game was going to be about. And the big one that Microsoft showed was the Halo Master Chief Collection with pretty much almost all the Halo games in it. And they're actually going back and doing some of the traditional, old school, original Halo multiplayer. So that's going to be phenomenal for a lot of people who really, you know, seriously into Halo. I know a lot of my friends are super Halo fanboys and fangirls. Shout out to Cherry Blossom. I know she's geeking over the Master Chief Collection right now. Also with that, they was actually doing, like, when you get it, you get a beta access for Halo 5, so that was cool. And they're going to implement some type of way the actual television show. It's not actually a television show, because it's going to be exclusive to the Xbox One, where they have these little episodic episodes on the Xbox One. So overall, it seems like a really cool package, like I said before, for people who are really into Halo. Kudos for that. Evolve looks interesting once again. Like, I don't really know how I feel about Evolve. It looks really good, but I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's just one of them games where it's like, it looks good, I'm just going to have to sit down and play it, because my concern with Evolve is like, will it get boring? Because it's for your friends, and it's like somebody else playing a monster, and like my fear is like it'll get boring after the fact. You fight all the monsters. Like, if they got 5 monsters and you keep beating the 5 monsters over and over, I can see that game will get repetitive and kind of boring. But if they keep adding new monsters and new stages, then that's a whole different, you know, a whole different situation, which I hope they do. I really hope they keep adding monsters and different weapons and things like that to keep it fresh. If they can do that, then that game will be great too. They did a quick, brief minute, 2 minutes glance into indie games, which I think that the Xbox One as a system really needs more indie games, because right now they really don't have very many, and they did like 2 or 3 minutes showing of some of the indie games that are becoming exclusive and down the line for the Xbox One. Those look good. Next thing, they showed a trailer of Tomb Raider, which I was a big fan of the new Tomb Raider reboot they did a year and a half ago and put back out last year on the Xbox One and PS4. That the trailer looked very nice. Definitely hoping to see Square Enix show more of that sometime this week. The Witcher 3, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a huge fanboy of Witcher 3. Like, that's probably my most anticipated game of the first quarter of next year, 2015, February 25th. Can't wait to get my hands on the Witcher 3 Collector's Edition. Already pre-ordered and ready to go on that one. It looked phenomenal. I like the whole aspect of how you could actually track the Griffin, but while you were tracking the Griffin, it's like you came across the village and you helped them out. You got some rewards, and then you could get right back into tracking the Griffin down. It was like seamlessly, and then it shows you have the Griffin head, and you was like, he had on the horse and he was riding back into town. So that game looks freaking amazing. I think that the CD Red or something like that that actually develops the game is going to do like a long 30-minute to an hour presentation of the game. Definitely I want to see some more gameplay on The Witcher. Killer Instinct Season 2, for all those that likes Killer Instinct, you got Season 2 coming up with some new characters and all that different stuff. A game that was originally on the original Xbox One that I'm not familiar with called Phantom Dust. They're rebooting, bringing back to the Xbox One. They showed The Division, another really big game that I'm really anticipating in 2015. They showed a little 5 or 6 minute glance at that. Definitely going to be looking, seeing more of that later on this afternoon at the Ubisoft press conference to show, just more gameplay of that. They showed Scalebound. Scalebound, that's designed by Platinum Games. They did Bayonetta and the Devil May Cry series. And if I'm not mistaken, they did the Metal Gear Rising series as well. So it looked good. It's like the dude had the ability to actually become a human-like dragon, and he had like a dragon pet, a friend that he rode around. So that game looks, hack and slash. It looked really good. And last but not least, they showed Crackdown. Now, I have never been a really big fan of Crackdown. Never played really 1 or 2 that much. It's kind of like an open box sandbox game where basically you can just go through the city and just fuck shit up, and basically that's what Crackdown is. And it looked good. It looked more cartoonish than it used to look on. I remember seeing it on a 360, but nonetheless it looked good. I know a lot of people out there have been anticipating Crackdown coming back. Now, with all that said, what do I think about the overall presentation? I definitely, like I said before the beginning, definitely give Microsoft kudos for just showing a straight game. That takes a lot of balls. I know they wanted to show some apps and probably some new things and some new features that they were going to implement into the Xbox One. So for them just to show straight games all the way through, definitely shows them trying to recreate what they did last year, and and show gamers that they're very dedicated to games, basically. So all in all, I give it a B, maybe around a B plus. I would have given it either a B plus or A if I really seen something exclusive wise that really just blown my mind. Overall, like I said, exclusive wise, I saw Sunset Overdrive looked really good. The Halo Master Chief Collection looked really good. And some of the other games seem like they have some potential, but I didn't see any gameplay. I just saw trailers. But overall, great conference. Can't really say anything bad about anything. They stepped to the plate. They did what they said they was going to do and did a great job of doing it. So I give it, like I said, a B to a B plus. Hey, we still got the rest of the day. Will Microsoft wins? Who knows? We still got the rest of the day to figure out where everybody else is going to show. But for the beginning, first show, great, kudos. Let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel about Microsoft E3 conference. I'll be watching the Ubisoft and no, not Ubisoft, but EA in about 30 more minutes, and I'll be shooting a video for that as well. I'm gonna do one for Ubisoft, and I'm gonna do one for Sony tonight. So stay logged on to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't hit the like button, what are you waiting on? It's your boy Steels Forever, Gamers That Play Games. Hit up the Facebook group, Gamers That Play Games. I'll leave a link in the description, and like always, later.